Okay.
All right, we good. Yeah, for those who came to the 4 o'clock, you should have been on Black People Time anyway. Figured out, dang, he meant 5:30.
Right.
So, but yeah, I had some difficulties and stuff to kink out. Guys, the stuff to bring to you today, definitely. So just stick with us. We're just gonna ask some folks real quick, and we'll be with you. Yep. Thank you for hanging out with us today.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Ooh. Probably gonna. Cut that up just a little bit more, just a little bit.
You hear that headbanger?
You hear that? You hear that?
The headbanger.
The teeth gritting. That's what we do around here.
That's how we do it, man.
That's how we do it. Straight.
Back in the 90s, the beat was so good, you just had to hold your head.
Yeah,
like,
oh. Oh, man. Good times.
All right, just give us a minute, guys. We're going to get some people in here and get started.
Sound probably going to go off like crazy. Last time I had it on this tablet.
Oh.
It'll like start dinging and everything.
Oh, okay.
Because it'll try to catch up.
Yeah.
But it'll be alright. Like right now. Yeah, let's see. The whole show is just gonna be this, just me bobbing my head the whole show.
That's what we should have just titled it.
Yeah.
Bobbing your head.
Bobbing your head. This is how to properly do it. Doing instructions. Man. Oh, come on, man. Don't crash on me.
Triad Hip Hop Podcast. We in the building, y'all. Wait up for a minute. We're going to get started in just a moment.
Yep. The tablet. It's like got him on his own. It's like, get all these notifications set up.
Yeah.
Anybody know who? Everybody knows that beat. Everybody knows that beat. I'll give you all the Curtis money right now. If you
all my money.
All the Curtis money.
Yep, you can have all 50 cents.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. That's horrible.
Alright. Yeah, I think I invited everybody I can invite.
Yeah, about the same way. We'll get a couple more in here.
Alright.
Yeah,
we got a couple of viewers out there.
What's up? Appreciate you tuning in.
Yeah, definitely. We appreciate y'all. Check us out. We're going to get started.
In 3, 2, get it. Alright, what's up, y'all? This is Howie.
And this is Kurt. Welcome to Triad Hip Hop Podcast.
First of all, we want to take time, you know what I'm saying, say happy birthday, belated birthday, because it happened, Monday?
Monday,
yeah. Monday, the 29th, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Happy birthday, Rakim.
The legendary God MC.
Yes, sir.
Rakim
50 years.
Turned 50 years old, man.
Yeah.
We got to talk about that for a minute, because, I mean, this dude is aging very gracefully. You know what I mean? He don't look old at all. You know what I mean? He still got all his youth. You know, he can still rhyme with the best of them. You know what I mean? If you that good, you really can't lose it. You know what I mean? You really can't lose it. So, you know what I mean? Definitely want to give it up to him, because, I mean, he been in this game since, 86? So,
yeah.
Man, what?
Yeah, roughly. I think it was 86. I mean, that was the debut of what? Paid in Full?
Yeah.
Well, Paid in Someone do the...
he came out with, what's the joint first? I Ain't No Joke, I think was the first. Was that the first joint?
I Ain't No Joke. I used to let the mic
I know that was off the first album, so, you know. But that man has, you know, pretty much added to the blueprint of hip-hop. You know what I mean?
He is the blueprint.
Right. You can't really talk about hip-hop without talking about Rakim. You know what I mean? So, I mean, his was one of the first, you know, tapes I bought. You know, back when you still bought tapes. You know what I mean? And records, you know. So we definitely had a tape. You know, some things we bought on record, but for the most part back then I was buying tapes. My cousin, Pee-wee, you know, he bought mostly records because he was DJing and whatnot. But for me, I was always buying the tapes.
He was the first MC to have the $1 million deal. That was a big...
Yeah.
That was a big deal.
First $1 million deal.
And, you know what I'm saying? Because a lot of record companies and stuff, they wasn't throwing money at rap like that because they wasn't thinking it was going to sell.
Right.
Boy, are they wrong now.
Yeah, exactly. Everybody trying to capitalize
Everybody trying to rap, man.
Come on, man.
But, yeah.
Hip-hop ain't going nowhere.
Nope. So, happy birthday. We're going to get back to some Rakim stuff, you know, before the end. We want to also do a special RIP to Dennis Edwards of the Temptations.
Yeah.
He
just
died.
Passed away.
Yeah, he just passed away. What was it, yesterday?
That's when you told me.
And his birthday's today.
Oh, it's his birthday
I
today?
think his birthday's
today. So he passed
today.
away right before his birthday.
Yeah.
But, you know, the Temptations were a very big part of R&B and even pop culture. You know what I mean? So they really set the bar pretty high. You know what I mean? Because there was a lot of groups like them back in the day. You had the Four Tops, the Temptations. You know, it was always the Five this, the Four that. You know, it was always the Spinners. So for you to still be able to rise to the top out of all of those groups, you know what I mean? That means you did something extra special. So even though they weren't hip hop per se, they still put their foot in that music, man.
Well, I don't know, because arguably they said, they said that really that Ball of Confusion, that's probably like one of the first recorded rap records.
Yeah,
because they really they kind of singing, but it's kind of like they rapping.
Upbeat, a little more upbeat. Yeah. So I get that. That's true. So yeah, I mean,
he definitely paved the way. I mean, because you think about that song, Ball of Confusion, and then you think about the message. I mean, there's definitely like similarities.
Right. That's true.
So I mean, they had to get like some type of influence and stuff off that.
Yeah, definitely. And just a side note for those of y'all who are watching, thank you for checking us out.
Yep.
Triad Hip Hop Podcast.
We ain't gonna hold you too long.
Yeah,
I know everybody's trying to. Oh, thank you.
Yes.
Appreciate it. 25.
Yeah, this is our 25th episode. We do this every weekend, so
every week.
Usually on Saturdays, but sometimes y'all might catch us on Sunday.
Yeah.
But we wouldn't dare do it tomorrow. We know.
Yeah, we know
what y'all got going on with Super Bowl. So.
Everybody's killing chickens.
Yeah.
Making pizza.
Yeah, man. Y'all
making sure Brady don't cheat.
Right.
Got like little voodoo dolls and shit.
Right.
Tom Brady pricking his leg.
He gonna be extra careful this year. So, but yeah. So definitely shout out and rest in peace to the whole. Actually, you know what? Let's shout out the whole Temptations group, man. I mean, because they were a big influence. You know what I mean? We rest in peace to him. But the whole group, man, I mean, was just phenomenal for music. You know what I mean? And like you said, I guess what they were doing, some of it was considered kind of rapping. You know what I mean? I mean, if you think about singers like R. Kelly, a lot of what he does is rapping. Mm-hmm. When he gets that upbeat, just going to the upbeat tempos, it's no longer singing at that point. Sometimes it's borderline rap. You know what I mean? So, definitely.
So, we're going to talk a little bit about the Grammys.
Grammys, yes.
I did not watch them.
I did. I watched them. So we're going to talk about that now. My favorite performance was the Kendrick Lamar joint. You know what I mean? He did his thing on that. You know what I mean? So he always turns it out with his performances. So I got to give it up to that dude.
And that's good for him too, man. Especially him being hip hop and stuff. Cause I mean, I'll be honest with you. A lot of hip hop performances, I mean, even back then, are boring.
Right.
Like people pay money to see a show.
Right.
And it's good that he's got showmanship and he put something together. You know what I'm saying? That's the thing I admire about that, because it's really a lack of showmanship.
Yeah.
Shoot.
He definitely know how to move the crowd. You know what I mean? Because it ain't too many people who can really get the crowd jumping. You know what I mean? Like that. And he really knows how to move the crowd.
Mm-hmm. So, do you think Jay-Z was snubbed on the Grammys?
I mean, I don't know, man. I mean, it was, one time when I was like, I don't know, maybe Jay might have, should have won that. You know what I mean? But it was tough competition. You know what I mean? He was going up against Kendrick Lamar. You know what I mean? Who else was he going up against? Bruno Mars. I mean, it was really tough competition. So I think he definitely probably should have came up with maybe one. You know what I mean? But I can't say he should have, just got them all. You know what I mean? Because I think he was nominated like at least twice, maybe 3 times.
Yeah, and then too, there's other genres of music out there too. So I mean, it's good. Like his album was good for hip hop, but as far as like the whole collective, so I mean, I can understand on that front. But at the same time, it's like, man, kind of like Biggie's Ready to Die. You know what I'm saying? Right. He didn't get the award. It's like, I worked hard on that piece.
Right.
Yeah. But that was MTV. I think he got beat out by Smashing Pumpkins or some shit.
Yeah, at different times, you know what I mean? Because back then, it's a lot harder, for hip hop artists like him to really win those awards.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Grammys.
So he definitely should have, though.
Shout out to Coolio, because he for the Grammys, and that was what, 95, 96? Mm-hmm. He beat out Big and Tupac.
Yeah.
I mean, that's tough, man.
That's tough, man.
I mean, people talk shit about Coolio, but
right.
for somebody to do that, you know what I'm saying? That's crazy, man.
Yeah. So it's like Coolio, he really knew how to put his heart into the songs. He may not have been more lyrical than a B.I.G. or whatever, but he definitely knew how to get, your heart into it and get your emotions going, because you started to picture what was going on when he was, doing his song. So it was like, I can see why he would win, an award like that. You know what I mean? So
shoot, man. So with the whole performance and stuff, did Dave Chappelle come out?
Yeah, he was out there a couple of times. He won an award. He won an award for his comedy. They had a comedy award that he won for I think it was the joint he did for Netflix. I can't remember, but he definitely won something.
Not the one recently. Not the one that came out recently.
Nah, the first one.
Before,
the first one. Yeah. So he.
Which I recommend y'all see all them shit.
Yeah. He's one of the greatest, man. Of all time. Not just like now. You know what I mean? Of all time. So you can't really deny him. He's among the greats, and it's really not that many. Most of the ones that are the greatest have already passed on. You got your Red Fox, Richard Pryor, you know what I mean? Eddie Murphy's still out there.
Charlie Murphy.
Yeah. So, Martin Lawrence, you know what I mean? Chris Rock, all of them. So, he definitely, Dave Chappelle is one of them, the best. So,
Charlie, man.
Charlie Murphy.
Man. I had to do that with Charlie.
His facial expressions is so funny, man. And
challenge your people to a duel, all right? Make sure your people's there, man. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. And you know what's funny? Eddie Murphy knows how to do a good imitation of him, man. It's so funny. He sounds just like him. I guess that's easy because that's his brother.
Yeah, man.
I mean, it's eerie how much he sounds just like him when he really does the Charlie Murphy voice, though.
Yeah, man. But that, man, one thing I will say about the Grammys, it was kind of sad when Dave Chappelle kind of came out. I think I shared this on the page. So Chappelle came out.
Yeah.
And he was getting, he was talking about, the Tribe, the Tribe Called Quest, and they had difficulty because they wasn't even nominated.
And that's why he did it. Yeah, that's exactly why he did it, because he had to announce what was it, album of the year or something, man.
Yeah.
He was like, ain't no way I'm not going, shout out Tribe, each individual member too, you know what I mean?
Yeah. And then he said,
all of them.
But what tripped me up, can I kick it? He did this. Right. Nobody said shit. It's like, yo, that's sad.
They had a delayed reaction. Some people said you can tell if you really heard it.
Yeah.
Some people said it, but it was like really a handful. So, with this generation of hip hop, man, they don't really know nothing about that. You know what I mean?
Sad. Not everybody knows. Can I kick it? Yes, you can. Can I kick it?
Yep.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Man,
so I was really, it was sad that he didn't get the crowd participation that he needed, but I'm not even surprised, you know what I mean? At the people who are into hip hop now, you know what I mean? They don't know, the pioneers like that. You know what I mean? They don't really give they don't go back and say, you know what, I wonder where all this came from. You know what I mean? Let me go back and really study the greats in this game. There's not enough people who do that. So
and that's the thing though. What? Cause see, when I was a kid, when I was coming up and whatnot, the stuff that was coming out, we liked the stuff, and but I would come back and study like that sample, like where they get that from. Oh, yeah, exactly. I always go back.
Yeah, it always made you want to know. You know what I mean? Exactly, Reg. We feeling the same way, man. So you know what I mean. When I was coming up, like you said, music. You always wanted to know what inspired this, what came before this, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. What got them where they are now, you know what I mean? So it's only a few now, like Kendrick Lamar, who will really acknowledge those who came before him, you know what I mean? a lot of them was just like, forget the old guys. They had their time. It's not about that. You know what I mean? You really still gotta give it up for them, though.
Yeah, one day, that's the thing they don't think about. One day you going to be old.
Exactly. You didn't get there unless they opened the door for you. You know what I mean?
I remember when T.I. came out and stuff. He was the new cat, but now he's like not necessarily that he's an old guy. I think he's still kind of fresh.
Yeah. He's still definitely relatable in this music. He's kept himself relatable, just like somebody like Nas. You know what I mean? Nas can still drop an album right now and still do, pretty good.
Snoop Dogg,
yeah.
So Snoop Dogg ain't going nowhere, man. I mean, he just that man branded himself. I had to give it to him on that. But yeah, man, it's just like, what I'm saying. It's just, it's just kind of sad that you're at this state of like people just not studying from the greats, and how can I be a better artist?
Right.
And I think everybody's just so focused on the money that it kind of turns up the art.
Exactly.
In a sense.
Exactly.
And I mean, if you get your money, that's fine. I mean, I'm not hating or nothing like that. It's just, it's an art form. Everybody kind of turned this into a hustle now.
Right. Exactly.
But
that's it, man. So you gotta do your homework, man. Especially if you want to be, you want to have some longevity in this game. You got to do your homework, man. You know what I mean? Because a lot of the artists that come out now, they come out 1 year and within 2 years
people done forgot about it.
Yeah, you done forgot about it.
You done forgot about like who does Laffy Taffy?
Right.
Anybody know who do that?
Exactly.
Hit me up in the comment.
That's a shame that's considered old school right now. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
Laffy Taffy.
Right.
Who does
snap music?
Yeah, who does White Tee?
Exactly.
Slanging.
Yeah, I mean it's like, a lot of those dudes that came and went because they don't really study the craft, man. You gotta study this craft. You really wanna be legendary in the game, you got to study this craft. Trust me on that.
We didn't want you to say that. Oh my God!
You're not supposed to give them the answer.
You're not supposed to give the answer. We were just That's cool though. That's cool. Mm-hmm. It's cool.
And now everybody who's looking, they like, oh yeah, I knew that.
Yeah, I knew that. I love it.
Right. So but you know what I mean. A lot of dudes is really just they here and gone. You know what I mean. Going here 1 minute, going the next, man. And that's what I don't really care for with this generation. They got these 1-hit wonders or 2-hit wonders. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Where nowadays you don't even remember the dude from 5 years ago.
Yeah, it was just because there's so much stuff just getting put out there. It's just so much. It's like everything is like a hit factory.
Yeah,
so
man.
It's everything. So you know what I'm saying? It's hard to really keep up with it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? 80s and 90s, album might come out, every once in a while.
Right.
When Terrence Reynolds says, "I'm glad the Grammy showed love the Prodigy on the video with the artist that we lost to you." Yeah, that's what's
cool.
up.
That was real nice, you know what I mean? But it's like, we need more than that, you know what I mean? Because hip-hop is a real big thing, and, they make sure and do better tributes for people who are non-hip-hop more so than they do hip-hop, you know what I mean? So they definitely need to do more than just do the memoriam things, you know what I mean? For me, that's not enough, man, you know what I mean? It's cool. But it's like an honorable mention, you know what I mean?
You gotta give your flowers to them while you're here, man.
Right. Exactly. So we gotta pay respects to the greats now while they still here. You know what I mean? If you want to know a real dope MC, study like Pharoah Monch. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Lord Finesse. You know what I mean?
Finesse,
man, listen. Anybody in Digging in the Crates, man. DITC. Big L, you know what I mean? Go back and listen to all of their joints, man. Showbiz AG, you know what I mean? Big Pun. You ain't gonna find stuff like that right now, man. You know what I mean?
I mean, there's some. I will say there is some alternatives, especially 2017. Like we kind of hashed that, and really that's the thing about the Grammys, man. That I was kind of 2017 for hip hop was a banger though. Everything was pretty.
Yeah, man.
Everything was pretty solid. Not everything, but for the most part,
Yeah.
everything was pretty solid. And it's just weird that the I know the Grammys got to do the whole, scope of things,
the whole spectrum.
But it's weird, man. Hip hop was just on smash this year, man.
It really was, man.
It was just crazy.
And what was dope, man?
Ruckus.
Ruckus Records.
Yes,
Yeah.
sir.
What was dope was Rhapsody. That new female. She got nominated. She didn't win, but she got nominated. She's from right here in North Carolina, and she was there, in the Grammys, in the audience, and I was real proud to see her there repping for NC. You know what I mean? So real hip hop is definitely making a comeback, and really putting its foot back in the game. So it don't really matter where you come from, you know what I mean? As long as you're doing that real hip hop, you know what I mean? Where you really trying to, put your skills out there, you trying to put your consciousness out there, trying to wake people up. You know what I mean? It's not just about a catchy, hook and all of that. You know what I mean? It's got to be more than that if you really want to solidify yourself in this game.
See, I know Kendrick won a lot, but he didn't win any category without rapping the title of that category.
Yeah.
Damn.
That's true. That's very true. You know what I mean? And, Kendrick is he's definitely a versatile artist, man. He can be put in a couple of categories. So, you know what I mean? He definitely deserves more recognition. So he's one of the few artists out now that I really give props to. He's
definitely, unlike Migos, which shout out to Migos. I wish they kind of got
Migos,
a reward,
man.
but y'all not the greatest ever. I'm sorry.
Come on,
I'm
son.
sorry.
They are the greatest, man.
I'm
They're the
sorry.
greatest.
I think they're the greatest group. I think they're the greatest group now.
They're the greatest ever of all time.
Nah.
All time. They better than Public Enemy. They better than Wu-Tang. Of course,
y'all gotta get up.
I'm BSing, right?
Y'all gotta get up. Y'all gotta get up with the Beastie Boys.
Right.
Y'all do what the Beastie Boys do.
Exactly. Them niggas ain't even better than Crisscross, son.
Damn.
You know what I mean? They ain't even better than Crisscross.
But they, I'm
glad.
good. I think they hot for right now. I give them their props on that. They work hard to get to where they at. I give them their props on that. As far as that. But I can't say they're the greatest ever. They gonna have to do.
Definitely not no greatest ever, man.
They have to do a little bit more body of work.
And I know, part of being good is you gotta really believe in yourself, but y'all going a little overboard by saying y'all the greatest. So, it's like I'm glad that they're making their money. I would never try to say they shouldn't make money. But, you know what I mean? You ain't up there nowhere near, you know what I mean? The greatest.
Because, they trying to put Kendrick, or that's the reason why I should say that. They put Kendrick in that category as the greatest. But, I disagree. I don't think Kendrick is the greatest. Right. He's the greatest right now. Right. As far as, the modern MCs and stuff. Right. Yeah, he's one of the greats right now. But, in the whole scheme of things, nah. He's still got a little bit more of a body of work. I think he will get there.
Yeah.
Eventually. He'll definitely be, one of the top. But right now,
yeah,
he still got a little.
Yeah, he's still got a ways to go, but he's definitely, keeping hip hop alive for this generation, so that they'll just not only see the certain one-dimensional artist that's flooding the industry right now. You know what I mean? He keeps a lot of versatility in the game, so I give him that. Definitely him and J. Cole. Yeah, Cole. You gotta give it up for Cole, man. You know what I mean? And he really put his foot in the game too.
And he's from NC.
Yeah, as well, from NC as well.
And they actually did something with Young Jeezy with J. Cole and Kendrick, which I was kind of disappointed with Kendrick's voice on there, verse on there rather, but it was still pretty cool though.
I've never been that big of a Jeezy fan. You know what I mean? His music is okay to me, but I never really heard anything where I was like, I'm gonna go out and buy it.
He's grown on me.
Yeah.
It took, you know what I'm saying? He's grown on me.
Yeah.
He's got the wordplay and stuff. Now, I mean, I wouldn't say he's like the GOAT or nothing like that.
Right.
I don't think he would say that neither. But he makes good music. I mean, for what he does, he makes good music.
Yeah.
And Joey Badass. Actually, I wish that was a pretty good album.
Yeah.
The BA, the AABA album.
Yeah.
I got that in the ride. I mean, he's definitely like somebody that's been kind of glossed over, if you will. And I would really like to see him, Kendrick, J. Cole, and somebody, maybe Logic. I think we had this discussion. I really would like to see them form a super group or work together at some point, you know, because I mean that would be needed. Just almost as bad as we need that Jay-Z and Nas thing to come about.
Right. Yeah, man.
We need that.
Just to talk about that, DJ Khaled, kind of hinted a little bit that there might be a Jay-Z and Nas collabo album in the works. You know what I mean? He recently posted on his Twitter and Instagram that he was working with them and that he was doing something that was going to be like hip-hop history. So we definitely keeping our ear open for that one.
That needs to happen.
So
we get what's my man's name? We get Rick Ross and then we get Black Thought on there. And
yeah, man. Listen,
shit, that'd be a wrap pretty much because you've been covered both sides.
Brittany said, "What would we call the super group?"
Nah, we ain't getting into that right now.
I don't know. It would take too long to figure that one out
because I had a name for it. You got mad about it, so we ain't getting that right now.
It would depend on who winds up being in the group. You know what I mean? So, what's up, Dom? Thank you for checking us out, man. I mean, we gave some love just to catch you up. We just gave some love to Rakim over his birthday. We're gonna get back into talking about him in a minute, and then we gave a shout out to what's my man?
Dennis Edwards.
Dennis Edwards from the Temptations. From the Temptations, he passed away within the past couple of days. So we gave him some love. And we just been talking about hip hop in general and the Grammys and how that went. You know what I mean? So there you have it. So what else we got to talk about?
Thinking of a master plan. Cause there ain't nothing but sweat inside my hands.
Yeah, y'all know nothing about that.
Yeah, so we were going to talk about some of the greatest Rakim verses and y'all just comment whatever y'all feel. There's some of y'all's greatest verses from Rakim since, it was his birthday. And, we kind of going to make this lighthearted. Although, he ain't, we'll make it lighthearted. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But, Rakim's no joke. You know what I'm saying? So, but yeah, that's what we want to try to do. So, man.
So, yeah, we going to talk about that a little bit. For me, the Ledge.
That joint.
For me, one of my favorite Rakim joints, just the whole song, was Lyrics of Fury. Man, listen, that song blew me away from day one, from jump. You know what I mean? It's like the rhymes he was saying was incredible, man. It was just incredible, and so many rappers, you know what I mean? You can tell rappers who have really studied that, you know what I mean? But the whole song, I'm rated R, this is a warning, you better avoid, poets are paranoid, DJs destroyed, because I came back to attack brothers to strike like lightning, it's quite frightening. Man, listen, that whole song is just off the charts, even to this day. Nobody can really touch that song. It's only a few people, I think, who have come close, and you got like Big Daddy Kane, Follow the Leader, that was one of the greats. So, but Lyrics of Fury, to me, that was one of his greatest just lyrical songs. You know what I mean? Just to say, this is what you up against when you come at me. You know what I mean? So,
I gotta do this one right here.
All right.
This is one of my favorites. Dangerous rhyme, form like surgery. Cut so deep, you be bleeding burgundy. My intellect collects, disconnects your cerebral cortex. Your cerebral was next. Your conscious becomes subconscious. Soon as your response is nonsense. His last words are blurred, mumbled then slurred. Then your words are no longer heard. You get your lung fried, you slow quick, you gonna tired. He's gonna hang because you hung till he died. Reincarnate him and kill him again and again. I leave him in the mausoleum because you will see him. I got a dead MC museum.
Yeah.
When I create him and complicate him. You can't save him. There's no ultimatum. Might play around full of ashes with the victim names and slashes. Got a long list and I'ma get every one of you. Beware of the Punisher. That's my boy.
Man, listen.
Forgive me messing it up, but that shit. Fire!
Beware of the Punisher.
Fire!
Y'all don't know nothing about that, man.
Fire!
I'm telling you.
Stop breaking the
Yeah. But those are 2 songs to go check out. For any of y'all who love Rakim but just might not be familiar, check them out. Or if you're not familiar, if you really want to hear real lyricism, The Punisher, Lyrics of Fury, man, listen.
Shoot, ain't no joke. Ain't no joke.
Run for Cover. I mean, he has so many, man. I mean, it's hard to even narrow it down, but Lyrics of Fury is always one that just stuck in my head. You know,
more than cracked up. You should have backed up. The more those who active is going to be more than smacked up. Any entertainer, I got a torture chamber 1-on-1, and I'm the remainder. Yo, he killed that. Yo, microphone
eyes and hold your breath, because I'm going to hit you with the blow of death. Before you go, you'll remember the scene. The the microphone. I'm the microphone fiend. And he made that beat.
And that beat was hard.
He actually made a lot of the beats. It wasn't really Eric B. Eric B was doing a lot of the scratching, but he was actually doing a lot of beats. That was one of Rakim's beats. And Microphone Fiend was a classic beat. You throw that on right now, anybody who grew up in that era will go crazy.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? So definitely, man.
It gives me chills every time I listen to it. He's like going in.
Yeah,
man.
if y'all any of y'all favorite songs, let us know in the comments. Anything from Rakim that just, you know what I mean, inspired you. You know what I mean? So, it's a lot of great artists out there, but he not even top 5. He top 2. You know what I mean? It's like...
Well, it's crazy, man, because I was looking at I think it was Ice-T, The Art of Rap or something like that. Well, it was one documentary, because I didn't see it all in the Art of Rap. Rakim was talking to Ice-T, and basically it's like, so Ice-T is like, well, how do you write rhymes? So basically, Rakim's like, well,
incredible.
What he does, he gets like, I think he like do 16 dots, or he does like dots down the page, and then he fills it up with sentences and words, and then he write it up to, you know, where it. Nothing can fit but those words. And then when he goes perform it, that's how it goes. Yeah. And it's like, and then Ice-T's like, as simple as, most of y'all motherfuckers can't do this shit.
Yeah.
I'm like, damn!
That's what you call scientific rhyming.
Yeah, man.
You know what I mean? Scientific rhyming. Y'all gotta understand, man. This dude was deep. You know what I mean? So.
Yeah, and Dominic,
Right.
You never really heard him breathe. He had good breath control. Unlike Cool J. I mean, and I like Cool J, but Cool J be hyperventilating on the track, man. Yeah, man. And that's, you know, but I give it to Cool J. I mean, he's passionate about his stuff.
Yeah.
And I mean, and that's kind of cool, but you know what I'm saying? But Cool J just be hyperventilating. And then, like, what's sad, man, is when Paid in Full came out and Cool J came out with Bad, that Bad album sold 4-1 to Rakim's Paid in Full, but Rakim is the better MC. Yeah, and I no disrespect to Cool J. Cool J definitely one of the greats.
Yeah.
I mean, shit, Cool J ain't no slouch neither, but you could put them two together. Nah, man, Rakim outshined LL every time.
Right.
Man. As far as lyrics,
yeah, I mean,
now accolades, that's something different.
Yeah, it's, you know, they got different styles. So LL's a dope rhymer, but he's good at really just amping the crowd up and really just getting you, you know, fired up. You know, Rakim, he makes you think when he says stuff like, "How did you even come up with that? How did you even think of that?" he's way more wittier. Rakim is just way more wittier and intellectual with his rhymes. You know what I mean?
That's the thing, man. Hip hop, man, they don't really get the, you know what I'm saying, the props sometimes. Shoot, they, you know, the lyrics and stuff that they put together and the way they do it, like, you know, it's hard to really do that in any other genre of music. You know what I'm saying? And they do it, and they kind of do it like it's nothing.
Right.
You know.
Yeah, man. Follow the Leader was definitely one of those classics. You know what I mean? So, got to give it up for the guard Rakim.
Yes, sir.
You know what I mean? Because nobody in the hip hop game can deny him. You know what I mean? Nobody. And so,
he is your favorite rapper's favorite rapper.
You know what I mean?
For real.
He's your favorite rapper's
favorite rapper.
That's more like
for real.
This man is like 3-4 generations back on favorite rappers. You know what I mean?
Man.
So your favorite rapper right now was somehow influenced by Rakim. You know what I mean?
Yes, sir.
And I mean, one of his famous lines that everybody knows: take 7 MCs, put them in a line. Everybody has used that, man. You know what I mean? A lot of rappers, Eminem used that and recreated that rhyme. Nas did that when he destroyed 50. And that's a whole nother subject right there.
Yeah, we got it. Yeah, one day we got to talk about like 50 beats.
Yeah. We could do a whole episode.
We could do we need to do that.
Just 50
Yeah, just 50 beats.
Take
beats.
7 MCs, put them in a line, and 7 more brothers who think they can rhyme. It'll take 7 more before I go for mine. Now that's 21 MCs ate up at the same time. Man, listen.
Fuck!
What? Come on now. Come on, y'all. Help me out here. Somebody got to know that one.
Yeah,
I mean, that's perfection right there. So many artists have just looked and made whole careers off of that. You know what I mean? So, yeah, it's crazy, man. I could quote Rakim stuff for days, man.
Word, but blank, 50 even been there.
I mean, 50, you know, he's more of a TV star now. You know what I mean? He's in the TV more, and
he got that movie. What's that movie that came out? Is it already out?
I think so. Either it's out or it's about to come out. But it's something like, what is it, like they robbing somebody or something like that? But,
I forgot. He's like the main character.
Yeah.
It looks pretty decent, honestly.
Yeah.
It looks pretty decent. Yeah, but he doing more of the acting. Like you said, he doing more like the acting and all that other stuff now.
Yeah. So, but I mean, he can still make some music. I mean, I think he's been making so much money off of his TV and movie stuff. I think he got addicted to that. You know
he's got a song out. I think he's got one song out with I think it's Jeremiah somebody, and I forgot but it got one song, and I think that was about. Yeah, and then the stuff he did with Lenny Grant, with Uncle Murder. So he's got that.
I mean, 50, he's a good dude, but I mean, I can't. It took me a while to really give him some props because I've always just wanted him to make an album where there was just no beef, no static with nobody else. It's like everything he drops at some point in the album has got to be aimed at somebody for him to really get that audience, participation. And I'm just like, it's old now. You know what I mean? You ain't got to always throw shots at somebody just to get, you know what I mean, people to pay attention. You know what I mean?
Yeah, man. I tell you what, it looks slim, and I got it, you know what I'm saying? I got it. There's my horrible 50 impression. I got to do anything. We in beef. You in beef. If you got beef, you involved, man. You know what I'm saying? You involved, man. Yeah, that's what I do.
Yeah.
The horrible 50.
That's the horrible 50 impression. So, but it's like, we like you said, Don, we had enough of that. You know what I mean? So. Everybody's gonna get into some, beef at some point, but after a while, it's like,
yeah, man,
let's move on.
You get to a point, you get to a point, especially you get older.
Yeah,
man, that shit is just ridiculous. Y'all need to be building together.
Yeah, I mean, he just jumped on the bandwagon like when Beanie Siegel was beefing with Jay-Z. Even though Jay-Z didn't respond. 50 was jumping on a bunch of the tracks with him. Yeah, screw you, Jay-Z. Yeah, you ain't shit now. You old. It's like, dude, this ain't even about you. Why you even on this record?
Dang, he was just in there for the beef.
Right. You just want to get in there and amp up the whole beef. You know what I mean? So yeah, I get over that real quick. So, but that's my 50 rant for the day. You know what I mean? He cool. He got some skills, but I don't think he really believes he can carry a whole album without beefing with somebody. You know what I mean? So when he does that, that's when he'll really get my full respect.
Well, and that's the thing too, man. I just think, well, one, he made his whole career off that too.
Right.
But then two, it's just like, you know, he said it himself. It's like now it's just there's really no competition as far as like, you know, 50 probably, if 50 he was in the right direction and actually got some, I mean, he would probably been one of the greatest if he had the, you know, right direction and everything. But it was just kind of hard because like the era he came into, the era he was bred off that, you know, that Pac and Biggie, that whole era.
Right.
The era he was coming into, it wasn't like that anymore. So it was slowly kind of phased out.
Yeah.
So it was kind of, you know,
he took that opportunity and jumped on it. Like, you know, the Pac and Biggie thing, that brought a lot of, you know, negative publicity, but it also brought some good, you know, attention to rap. Mm-hmm. So more people started paying attention because it was controversial. You know what I mean? So I think he looked at that as, yeah, let me jump on that. Let me just, you know, throw some static in the game and, you know what I mean, get some people riled up a little bit. You know what I mean? So, yeah, definitely. It's hard to get out of that comfort zone. So, you know, that'll be a hard thing for him, but I think he can do it. You know what I mean? If he can really just put some effort into that.
Yeah, I mean, especially with the TV shows and stuff he's doing. But, you know what I'm saying? So, I mean, he can pull from those characters or pull from that narrative.
Right.
I mean, as far as like entertainment value. Right. I mean, let's just be honest. People ain't really keeping it real no more. Like, this is real life. So, I mean, now, just make up a character or something. Man, I mean, and just make it, like, believable. Yeah. Because really, that's all you really need.
Yeah, as long as you can stir some shit up, you good. You know what I mean? That's why reality TV is jumping more than ever, because that shit ain't real. It's called reality TV, but it's not real. It's still, real. You know, behind the scenes, they still tell them, yeah, you need to start some shit. You know what I mean? It's always one person on a reality show that just ruffles everybody's feathers. Y'all should see the patterns in this shit. It's whack, man. And I look at that shit and I'm like, I'm over it, man. I'm turning the channel because y'all ain't got shit else to talk about.
You learn more in the cartoon.
Right. So,
for real.
Yeah, I don't mess with reality TV. You know what I mean? So that's what hip hop is becoming. You know what I mean? Pretty much reality TV. You know, you get in there and ruffle some feathers and get people all amped up off of some beef or some shit. You know what I mean? You good.
Yep.
It's whack.
That's all you gotta do. Well, we're gonna wrap this up. Not next time. Maybe somewhat down the road. We definitely want to talk. We kind of want to talk. At least I'll say like this. Me and my girlfriend, we kind of had a discussion. We were talking about. We were watching some videos the other day.
Right.
Unsolved, murder of Tupac and Biggie.
Yeah.
I kind of want to visit that and have a discussion on it. We might make it a 2-part series. It's just kind of sad. I mean, I know I'll be the first one to say that they're overrated, but at the same time, I understand the impact that they had.
Right.
So I think we do need to, come in and kind of just give like a little analysis to see what's going on and a little, little audience participation. So,
yeah, I mean, and the Biggie and Tupac thing, it's, you pretty much know. You know what I mean? If you watched all these documentaries they put out, you pretty much know what really happened. They pretty much did everything except put somebody in jail over it. You know what I mean? So,
yeah.
But you pretty much know if you're really paying attention. But yeah, we definitely can talk about that. And like Dominic said, we can give a shout out to some independent artists. You know what I mean? There's a lot of independent artists out there doing their thing. So that's a big thing. We need that in hip hop. People who don't care about being in that mainstream. They're just doing their own thing on their own dime. Their own time. You know what I mean? So keep doing your thing because we got a lot of good artists out there. And, you know, we're going to share some more on Triad Hip Hop Podcast, too.
Yep. So until next time, I'm Howie.
And this is Kurt Dog.
Peace.
Peace.
Rakim Allah. My name is Rakim Allah.